Hey there. Welcome to the channel. Whether it's your first time or you're a returning listener, glad you're here. First things first, let's take a deep breath, all right? And out. That's it. Listen, this is our time to just listen, to feel, to be, to exist. There's no pressure, there's no expectations. It's just you, me, and a discussion about life. Lessons learned, some the easy way, some the hard way. But regardless, lessons that are worth holding on to and remembering. So settle in, all right? Let's chat about life for a while. One of the biggest lies that we absorb early on in life is we're supposed to know what we're doing all the time, right? But here's the truth, the reality of it all is that nobody really has it all figured out. Because life doesn't come with a perfect manual book, you know? It's more like a choose your own adventure. And it's being actively written as you go along. And you're allowed to not know. You're allowed to change your mind. You're allowed to try things, mess up, and try again. You know? Some of the most beautiful things come from those unexpected turns. Yeah. So breathe easy and know that you're doing better than you think. We live in this world that glorifies the grind, constantly chasing, producing, doing. But rest, it's not a reward, it's a requirement. Your body needs it. Your mind needs that rest. Your soul needs it. So doing nothing sometimes is just doing everything. You're recharging, you're resting, resetting, reconnecting. It's something that we need. So don't feel guilty when you rest, because you're not being lazy. You're just being human, right? And some people are chapters, others are paragraphs. Very few are part of the whole book, and that's okay. It, it hurts when people leave, whether they drift away or just disappear completely. Not everyone is meant to stay. Some are here to teach you some new things. Some reflect where you were at a certain time in your life. And letting go doesn't mean forgetting. It just means making peace with the season that's passed, and leaving room for new connections. And trust me, those new connections will come when you're ready and when you're open. So don't stress about that. And then there's, when you're scrolling through other people's lives, right? It can make you feel like yours just doesn't measure up, right? But here's the thing. You're seeing the highlight reels, not the behind the scenes, right? They're glorifying it, playing it up. They're trying to make it seem like their life is perfect and lavish. Comparison is the thief of joy, okay? Tricks you into thinking there's only one path to success or happiness. But everyone's journey is their own. Your journey is your own. Your timing is your own. I mean, celebrate other people, absolutely, but don't forget to celebrate yourself too, right? Wherever you're going, whatever you're doing, your pace right now is perfect. All right? Remember that. We often wait for the big milestones to feel proud or fulfilled about ourselves. Joy also lives in those smaller moments. The first sip of coffee, right? That song that just tickles your brain, it just hits right. A smile from that stranger, warm sunlight on your skin. These are the little things that make up the greater parts of your life, right? The threads that make up the fabric of your beautiful life. So pay attention, be present, and don't miss the magic that's happening right in front of you. The little things, those tiny little things that you think are insignificant, they aren't. And another thing, you're allowed to evolve, right? You're allowed to grow past this version of yourself that fit into certain friendships, jobs, environments, relationships, whatever, right? It doesn't make you ungrateful. It just means you're learning more about who you are. And growth sometimes means saying goodbye to what once felt like home. Not because it was bad, because you're ready for more, right? Honor that, trust that, remember that. Another thing, everyone messes up. Everyone says things that they regret, takes the wrong turn, maybe you make a poor decision. It's not your mistakes that define you. It's what you do when you make the mistake, how you respond, what you learned, how you show up the next time, right? Forgive yourself like you would forgive someone that you love. Because you're still worthy. You're still whole. You're still growing. You're still learning. You're still you. The thing with love is we often search for love in others, right? In relationships, approval, attention. But the deepest love really comes from within us. How do you speak to yourself? Hmm? How do you care for yourself? How do you stand up for your own needs? Loving yourself isn't selfish, it's essential. It sets the tone for how others will treat you. So be kind to yourself. Be gentle with yourself. Be patient. And remember that you're doing the best that you can. We're taught to keep it together, to be strong, to stay positive. But strength isn't about suppressing your feelings, it's about facing them with honesty. Feel that sadness, feel that joy, embrace it. The frustration, the anger, the hope. Just let it move through you. Emotions aren't a problem to fix, they're signals for you to listen. You don't have to be okay all the time, you just have to be real. And remember that it's sometimes happy, sometimes mad, sometimes sad. All right? And no matter how isolated you may feel, no matter how unique your struggle seems, someone somewhere gets that. We're all just humans trying to navigate this strange, beautiful mess of existence. So reach out, share your story, ask for help, let someone in on your life. Connection heals. And sometimes just hearing someone say, "Me too," can change everything. So here we are, still breathing, still learning. All right? Take what you can from those words. All right? Let the rest drift away like leaves on the water. You're a work in progress. And that is something to celebrate, not fear. Keep going, keep growing. And when the world gets too loud, come back to this moment. All right? And remember that I'll be right here. Thanks for listening.